How are people doing today? Pause that music. It's gonna be distracting for me, so we're just not gonna listen to music. Alright. Hopefully folks are doing well today. Welcome to the stream. We're getting back to basics with this one. Make sure, yep, we got sound. Alright, cool. Yeah, we're just gonna pour some dice today. I am not 100% sure what the dice are gonna be. I was hoping you guys could help me decide. I have a couple of ideas. I figure we're going to do 3 sets of dice. And I have ideas for maybe 2 of them. And I don't know for the 3rd. And I'm not 100% sure on at least one of those ideas. I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for asking, Saxman. Selden. Yeah, I have, you might be able to hear, I have a little bit of like a little space heater going in the background because this room is cold. This room does not have like proper venting, so it's just cold in the winter. But yeah, if it gets loud, let me know. But yeah, I'm looking for ideas. I need to make, yes, it is after Christmas, but I want to make some dice for a friend for Christmas. A little bit late, I know, but I'm not sure what to make them. I'm trying to like think of the things that I know he likes. I was thinking a set of rainbow dice would be cool, but I've been wanting to kind of try like a dirty pour that's maybe a little bit different from the way I usually do it, because usually if I'm doing like a dirty pour, I'll have my cup and I'll put the colors next to each other and then pour like a little bit of each color into the mold at the same time. But I'm thinking that it might be fun to try and do kind of like a rainbow where I stack up the colors. So I'll put like the purple in, and then I will put the blue and the greens and stuff all the way up to the red. And then I start pouring from the red, starting at like the D20, and then I go down all the way through the different dice until hopefully I'm pouring purple on like the last one, so it'll kind of like slowly transition into the different colors. I was thinking that might be fun to try. I kind of want to try that. I feel like if it works, that could be a pretty cool set of dice. I was also thinking, so I usually don't like to do sets of dice that have things in them that might affect the weighting of the dice, which is why I don't, you know, Christmas dice, red and green, sparkly silver and gold. Could go classic Christmas, that's true. That's true, could go classic Christmas. Got lovely green color. Go for that's more of an orange. We could go for green and red and what did you say? Silver. Yeah, gold foil. A little bit of silver sparkles. What do I got here? I mean, that does feel very classic Christmassy. Hey, I didn't say it was a bad thing. I was debating doing just a solid color set of dice. So, I think that's a pretty good idea. I appreciate ideas in general. So that could be cool. Maybe with like we could do it maybe with like a white in there too. Although that might end up being a little bit, I don't know, we'll have to decide what design we want to do. My first thought was dirty pour as well for that one, but I don't know. We could do something else. I could do like a mica drop too. I have the foil and some glitter and stuff in the die, and I do like red and green mica dripping down through the foil. I have a good red mica that I think would go maybe with this green. I kind of like this green. And I've got this one, but I don't know if that's quite right. This is why I have all of these out. Oh, I mean, I could go, maybe I go a little bit more muted tones. Go like those. Those are kind of pretty, actually. Maybe we do like a mica drop. So we fill the resin with like glitter and stuff and then do drips of mica through it. Very Christmassy. I do like that idea. I think that's a fun idea. I feel like I don't use my more muted tones as much as I should too. I like that. Yeah, so okay, so I think I kind of have ideas. What I was saying before though about dice with where I don't usually, it doesn't mean I should put all, I pulled out other random things that I had because I was like, well, I could maybe add a couple of these in there. Those might be pretty. I'll probably grab some other glitter and stuff too. For the third set of dice, like I was saying, I don't usually like to add stuff that I think might weight the dice weird, but I was thinking it might be cool to do like ocean dice with like a shell, an actual shell in there. I would try to center it probably, but it might affect the weighting. I don't know. I don't know how much he'd care. Candy cane? Oh, candy cane. Yeah. I can see your message to Monkey. Is that how you say it? Oh, you know what it is? You're not seeing Saxman Seldon because for some reason YouTube has two chat modes. You have to go up to the top and change it to live chat and not top chat, because I actually have two chats open at the moment. One of them I have as live chat and one of them I have as top chat. On live chat I can see Seldon's messages, on the top chat I cannot, and that's been a ongoing issue and we don't know why. So yeah, if you want to see the messages from Seldon in the chat, just who I'm talking to, you have to change it to live chat instead of top chat. I don't know why it's like that. YouTube has some weird things sometimes. Oh, well, look at this one. It's very similar. Candy cane could be cute. Oh, you know, I wonder how well I could do a candy cane. Yeah, YouTube's upset with you. Yeah, for some reason. Candy cane. Because I'm wondering... I'm trying to think of, like, shells shouldn't be much of an issue weight-wise if they're tiny. We already would be air getting trapped inside them. Maybe. I'm going to try and center it either way, Hannah, so I'm not too worried. Oh, weird. Oh, you're thinking layers. I will say I am, I do want to try and get the dye. I don't want to have to do multiple pours on these. I think I just want to do single pours. See, I was thinking I could try doing a dirty pour, but I worry that the red then would kind of mix with the white and get all pink. I was also thinking I could do strips of red tinsel with white inside of it, which could be cool. That could be Christmassy. These don't have to be Christmas themed dice either, although we do have a couple of good Christmas ideas now. I feel like that could be cool with for candy canes, doing like, because then I could do thin strips there. Yeah, for some reason on top chat, not like, I only see 2 of your 3 messages too, to Monkey. I don't know why it defaults to that. Yeah, tinsel could be cool. So I do really want to try the rainbow idea. I do really want to try the rainbow idea where I'm like doing a dirty pour, trying to like transition from one color to the next. I do think that sounds really fun. I just want to try that. I've kind of wanted to try that for a while. We've got a couple of fun Christmassy ideas. I could go a little bit more complicated and do like an ocean one with shells, and I was thinking I could use blue tinsel in there too to add some color. And I have some white things I can use as pearls. Like there's lots I could do there. Maybe, let's see, can I do, how many options can I give in a poll? Let's see if I can do, we're gonna try, let's see if I can do a poll with 5. I think I can only do 4 possibly. Getting set up to start up. Oh, okay. Like you're physically getting things set up right now, or you're in the process of getting it figured out to start doing it. Candy cane. I think I want to do the rainbow one. So I want to do the rainbow one at the very least. I think I could use one more idea than here in our oh, both. Okay, fair. Should we just do those 3 and see? Should we do those 3 and see what we decide? Because I'm gonna do the rainbow. I want to do the rainbow one, but let's see. I guess to be fair, the people that have given some of the suggestions are in the chat, so people will probably vote for their own, but that's okay. Feel free to vote for your own idea. Leave that for a minute. At the very least, I think I have enough ideas now that we can put these away and start pulling out the stuff for the set that I know I want to do, which is the rainbow one. And once we figure out which other 2 we want to do, we can pull out stuff for those as well. Sorry, this is very loud. Clear up all my paint chips here. Control the tinsel, this very thin strand. Dot it and clear. What do you mean by dot it and clear? You mean like use UV resin to connect it somehow? Little bits of leaf and stuff over here. Alright, well, while we decide on that, let's pull out some colors. So, that's our pure red. Do I have this? Is that this one? It is, it's that one. Buttercup. Is that this one? That's this one. Those look so different, depending on which the bag versus the thing. Alright, this is Kermit Green. Where is Kermit Green? I might have to, just a second. Here's my Kermit green. It's with my soap stuff. Let's see, some forest green. That's, oh no, fresh green, not forest green. And then this is Caribbean blue. Caribbean blue? Why did I say Caribbean? Why I said that weird. And Queen's purple. Once again, I might have to steal that from my soap stuff. I don't think I have it over here. Queen's purple. Bad typing. Put it in clear. I'll pack the mold cavities with curl tinsel. Oh, just do tinsel. Could do that. It's true. Yeah. Okay, so there's our colors there. I did pull out a few cups. We can start. Flawed it. Alright. Well, that's not working for me, so we're just gonna do this. Oh, we have like just enough. Alright. Set these in a little cup for now so that I can keep track of them if I need them again. Look at all the pretty rainbow colors. Alright, so I'll set these off to the side because we'll worry about those in a minute. And we've got one left. Let's see. We've got 3 votes. I think I'll probably, I think we could probably end this. Okay, we've got, so most folks are down for the ocean idea, and then we have an idea for the candy cane one. Are we excited about candy canes, or are we excited about tinsel? That's my next question. But this one didn't get any votes, so I'm afraid it's going away. Goodbye, my red and green. I mean, we could do just tinsel, but I had an idea for candy cane sort of one. I was thinking I could do a bunch of tinsel. The tinsel will end up around the outside of the mold, just because of kind of how it moves. It won't end up looking super straight because it's going to bend on itself to fit inside of the mold, which is part of the reason it kind of works great for dice, is because it does help it stay in place and such. And then I was thinking like I'd do kind of red around the outsides and then do maybe like a pipette of like white into the center, like just a nice flat white tone. If I'm going to do candy cane, we could come up with I'm still open to other ideas as well. But it does sound like a swirly white or like a shimmery white. I don't know why I'm blowing on that like it's going to get the stuff out. It's on the inside. Red and green equals holly equals Christmas. Well, yeah, that was the idea, was Christmas, right? That was where that idea came from. Swirled into each die. What I could try doing, I could do red tinsel and then do kind of like a reverse Petri. So I would do, put the tinsel into the mold, put a little bit of clear resin into the mold, drop white ink into the mold, and then pour more resin in, and that resin could be white or clear or something. So we would end up with kind of like trails of white on the inside as well. Reverse Petri might be cool, actually. With the, because I think the tinsel would still show up well on the outside. I kind of like that idea. I do like doing a reverse Petri. Do we want just white ink and red tinsel, or should I add a little bit of shimmer or something? I could also add a little bit of red foil or silver foil or I love the ideas. Keep them coming. Could use white glitter. I don't know how well it would show up, but I might add a little bit of sparkle. Could also add some mica. Add just a little bit of shimmer as well. That might be kind of nice. Just add a little bit. Oh, actually, what about this glitter? This is kind of pretty. I don't know how well this will show up on camera, but it's like it's white, but it has kind of like a iridescent sparkle. Although it might be a little bit green. Oh, it's kind of blue. Blue and pink. Do a little bit of sparkle. Could do. I could do kind of like an interference blue, so it has a little bit of a blue shine to it, or a blue sparkle. Make it feel frosty. Maybe this one. Or just plain old, or maybe like the interference silver. A little bit of sparkle to it. Might do just like a little bit of interference silver or a little bit of interference blue, or a little bit of both. Although sometimes they can cancel out. Does the tinsel hold a scissor curl? It might, but I don't know if that's what I want. Let me find out. We can try it, but again, I don't know that I'll do that because I don't know if that's what I'm picturing. And I love the ideas, but it is ultimately it does ultimately come down to what I want. Yeah, I guess sort of. Yeah, it does. I think that if we're going for a candy cane look, it's not what I want, but that is good to know for future projects where I want it to fill in the middle of the die more. I think for the candy cane sort of vibe, I want it to be straight along the outside. But there's plenty of other tinsel ones where I want it kind of mixed in. Actually, if we're doing the ocean ones, I might add a little bit of like dark blue and stuff to that, with a little bit of the curl. Yeah, I'm gonna pull out a red though. So maybe we do straight red for some candy cane ones, and then we'll do a little bit more curly Q ones for some beach ones. Because I'm thinking for the beach ones, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we'll have a very pale blue resin, which I should have, very, very pale, just like a hint of a blue tone to it, just to give it a little bit. This is very dark, and just the barest amount to give it a kind of hint of a blue tone. I'm thinking that in it we will then add some moss to kind of look like coral. Because I think I've got. I could use blue moss, kind of like the purple, or like a pink even, or an orange. Ooh, or like a black. Kind kind of like this, but a little, actually this one maybe for like a coral tone. I think that's nice. You could add a little bit of some of the other colors maybe, but, and then you could add a couple shells in a few of them. So I've got a bunch of tiny shells. And then maybe like a pearl or two. Like one of them could have a little tiny faux pearl. Interference blue to give it a sparkle. Yeah, that's true. That would be nice with a little bit of interference blue. Which I do already have out. There you go. The interference blue can go with this. Use the interference silver with the other one. And maybe a little bit of glitter. But I think that'd be good. Or should I do like green so it looks like it's just weird underwater plants? That might read better. I do worry that you won't be able to kind of tell what the vibe is with this if I'm like, yeah, it's coral. Would people be able to tell that it's coral? I don't know. I might do 2 batches of it too, and I might do one that's quite a bit darker, like sea kelp. Yeah, exactly. Actually, you know what I have that could be sea kelp? I've got this kind of moss. That's I'm just gonna set this here because it's. I've got this moss, which could be good as like sea kelp. A lot like longer and stringier. I could do a mix of this stuff and the pink though, but maybe I just go for greens. Well, let me move some things off to the side real quick. I think we could start trying to get the molds figured out for that at the very least. I do have the molds here. I like the idea of the long stringy stuff as sea kelp at the very least. So we can start putting some of that in there, as well as finding some shells that we like. So, want a little bit of this. I don't want to add so much that it kind of, tweezers go. I swear I just had my tweezers. Well, we're using a different pair of tweezers. I don't want to use so much that it kind of pushes on the outside too much and then sands down weird, but you can definitely get some in there. I think shorter pieces might actually be better. Tiny fish with shrinky-dink plastic. If I was planning to do more than just what I'm working on today, sure. But I'm trying to make things that I can do in just one sitting. The goal for today was to make things that are simple enough that I don't have to go and make anything else to put in them. Because I debated trying to like get something figured out to make and stuff, but I just want to like chill and make some dice with you guys today. I don't want to jam it into the side too much, huh? Because I was thinking, how could I make some like video game themed dice? I was like, it'd be cool to have some like pixel stuff or something. I don't know, but I'm like, I've got other ideas. Well, part of that would be that I'd need to actually wait. I'd need to coat this though. I did just remember that I have a Shrinky-Dink fish, but I think it's also too big. I do also have a Shrinky-Dink Mario. All sorts of random things. Actually, I also have a Minecraft sword that I made a while back. Got all sorts of things in here that I made. At one point I just made a bunch of stuff for, because I was doing all the, shaker charms. So I was just making a bunch of things that I was like, I could make a cute shaker charm with that. I also have, I think this is the fishing rod from, and the shovel from, Animal Crossings. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the, shovel and fishing pole from, if it finds it, there we go, from Animal Crossings. Yeah, I got all sorts of random things in here. Is that a piece of pizza? Oh, it is a piece of pizza. I apparently made a piece of pizza at one point. But yeah, I have that one fish and I don't think it's quite right. Piece of pizza! Do I have any fish-shaped glitter? I don't know that that's quite the vibe I'm going for, though. I'm going for more realistic, I think. Yeah, but no, part of the problem with the Shrinky-Dinks, having to do Shrinky-Dinks, is that all my Shrinky-Dink stuff is not, it's upstairs. I'm in my basement at the moment. I'd have to, like, go and, like, find all the stuff. I usually do all the Shrinky-Dink stuff in my office, just because I've got, like, my colored pencils and stuff there. Yeah, speaking of how long things take, I did debate, and you'll see these in a video that I will have coming up soon, hopefully. Super Mario Bros. Dice with the various characters, now the rest of you. Well, keep an eye out for a video that I'm working on, which is actually what these were for, but I have a bunch of random, gems that are made of resin. I also have a bunch of 3D printed keys. Tiny, tiny 3D printed keys. You know, you guys get to see a sneak peek, I guess, of project that is pretty much done. I actually just need to check and see if things are finished polishing. But I've added like a nice light green. Let's maybe add a little bit of dark green. I've got two tones in here. Yeah, oh, this is kind of weird. No, I really enjoy making dice based on things. I find that really fun. But yeah. You just wait. You just wait. I'm working on the video for it at the moment. I'll be honest, I probably could have started like editing sooner, but I'm still figuring out the script. And I kind of feel like I need to get the script figured out before I can actually edit things, because I need to know how long of, like, I need to have certain things on screen. So it's been a little bit slow going. I'm still not sure if I like the script completely or not. But that's probably what I'll go work on after this, is hopefully finishing up that script, and seeing if the things are done polishing. You need to get your laser cutter back up and running. Needs to cut all sorts of pixel bits, lots of Space Invaders and hearts still looking somewhere. That's fun. Yeah, you can definitely use all of the different, that's one of the fun things about resin, is you can add so much different stuff to it, so like, you can definitely, use whatever mediums you have made stuff with before, and, find stuff to put in your resin. But I'll probably go work on that video after this. I've been I've been slow going on it. I had 2 videos that I was hoping to have done in December, and you may have noticed I didn't get any videos done. Actually, that's not true. I do have a video that's done and will probably be up soon, but it's a little bit dependent on other things when it's going to go out, so don't like that. There we go, that's a little bit better. Well, just a little bit of this one, I think, just so we have something to kind of rest some stuff on. What was I saying though? Oh yeah, I've got 2 different videos that are in the works, and one of them definitely somewhat video game related. So you can keep an eye out for that soon. That'll probably be the next one that I have done. But I do need to finish figuring out the script for that. Easier said than done. I'm trying to figure out kind of like the perfect balance of like, I'm not sure how many spoilers to give for the game, because it is a game where spoilers matter. And then also like, it's like how in depth do I go about the game and pieces of the game. And then also, like, how much do I talk about the game versus how much do I talk about the dice that I'm making based on it? It's just, I just need to finish writing it. I also probably need to go film some footage of the game itself so I can show off some of the things that I'm talking about. Alright. Let's find some shells. I'm going to tilt you up a little bit so a little bit more centered. There we go. I'm not planning on putting shells into all of these. Just some of them. How small do I go? Okay. That's not in the middle. That's underneath everything. Get back in there. Oh, my moss is working against me. Trying to get things centered somewhat. That's not centered somewhat. Yeah, a little bit more. But yeah, I need to get some stuff done. I feel like I don't know what's taken me so long on some of these videos. It's like, man, I did a whole, like, well, I guess it took me 3 months really, where I did like a video every day for a month. It really took me 3 months to make all those videos. A little bit of a behind the scenes peek, a little bit of a peek behind the scenes. A peek behind the curtain. That was the phrase I was trying to find. But a little bit of a peek behind the curtain when I was doing a video every day for the month of August. It took 3 months to make all of those videos. I was not making them on the days that I was posting them. Mostly because editing takes so long. But again, that's still like, what, 30-ish videos that I made over the course of 3 months. And now I haven't posted a video in like a month at least. So, I don't know what's taken me so long. Really don't. What have I been busy with? I don't know. Okay, I don't need to put, oh, well, there's a cat here in that one. I was gonna say, I don't need to put shells in all of these, I don't think. I think some of them could be different, and some of them could maybe be different kinds. Oh gosh, the baking challenge. I've been trying to convince my brother to make videos because he came up with the challenge. He also edited that video. It was the first ever video that he's edited, and I think he did a really good job, especially for it being his first time ever editing a video. But I've been trying to convince him he should make videos too. Some, I have a couple of little pearl ones. Actually, the small enough ones. The ones that are, I'm wondering if the ones that are, whoop, the really small ones in here, I'm wondering if they will fit in the D2. But actually, I might have some like a flat shell that I could do in the D2. I could also do some like gold glitter and stuff to be kind of like sand almost. Do that. Do I have like a little flat shell I could do? How flat is this shell? I might stick out too much still. Oh wait, here we go. Here's a little one. Little tiny shell. Ah! The moss does not want to stay in the thing. Oh, actually, if this needs to go the other direction. Oh my gosh, the moss! Moss! It's trying to go everywhere! Stop it! Stop it! Get back in there! Okay, we've got a little tiny shell in there now. That's fine. Oh, you know what I think I've been working on? I've been working on getting Patreon D20s done. I think maybe that's what's taking so much time and such. Add a big pearl to that one. Because I did kind of put everything to the wayside when I was doing those ones for August. Put a big pearl into the D20. Sure, there we go. I think those are good. Those are good. I'm going to add like a slightly dark. Okay, I think I've got a plan there. Put the shells away. I tried to show you, but I don't want to move them too much because I feel like the... Here, let me see if I can show you. Which one's going to stay the best? Maybe this one. Which one will show off the best? There we go. We've got a shell in there sitting on a little bed of moss. Various mosses. I'm going to use 2 different colors of blue. Alright. Let me find the ink for that as well. So it's going to be Princess Lake. Here it is. And we've got our shimmer. And then I will need, I think I want 2 little mixing cups for that. There's still a break, sounds well deserved. I am planning on taking a break. So the thing is, I haven't really been taking a break. I've still been working on stuff. It's just like, what have I been? I've been working on a couple of larger projects, really, for videos. And I think that's part of it, is just the scope of the set of dice that I've been working on, and on the table that I kind of gave you guys a little bit of a peek at last, was that last week, I think, that I streamed? Are both just bigger projects that have a lot of steps. Like the set of dice that I'm doing, every die is different. It involved a lot of like making things, like little gems and keys and all sorts of other things. A lot of hand painting blanks and such. And that it just takes time. And then all of the Patreon D20s, which got shoved to the wayside, and I still have more that I need to make. I've got a couple of more designs that I need to actually film for that. That's on my to-do list. Yeah. Okay, for the These are, I've got a set of molds for our rainbow ones. I need to grab a set of molds for, I guess I could actually use those. Let me grab another set of molds real quick. I do, I need to make some more molds. Some of these are getting a little bit old feeling. I am planning to take a break the last week of January. I've requested it off from work. I haven't heard back on that yet, but I did request it off from work. And I'm like, I'm going to not work on video stuff and shop stuff either for that week. I'm gonna actually take the week off, which part of what prompted that was that I realized the last day that I took off from, you know, day job stuff or working on video stuff or shop stuff or, you know, all of that sort of thing. The last day that I took off was last Christmas. That was the last day where I like actively, I mean, I'd had days where I was like ill or something, it didn't work, but that was the last day where I was just like, I am going to actively choose not to work. I'm gonna actually relax. And I'm like, yeah. You're taking a cruise in late January? Cruises are fun. Where are you taking a cruise to? My family, this was quite a few years ago now, my family did a cruise through Alaska in the summer. It was really nice. For my week off in January, I plan to just chill a fair amount, do some puzzles and things. I'm also gonna work on like cleaning house probably, because it's been I have a lot of house stuff that I should really clean and do. My house is is a bit of a mess. Honestly, I feel like if I get bored, it's good. I'm just good to be bored. To Mexico. Oh, well, January will probably be a nice time for that. It's probably quite a bit warmer there. Actually, I don't know where you're from, so maybe it's not. I'm just thinking about the weather here. Alaska in August? Yeah, that sounds nice. A little bit more of this. I'll have to, here's the next question is, do I send pictures of all of these to my friend once they're done and let him choose which set he gets, or do I make it a surprise? We'll see, to be fair, if all of these turn out. Like, there's always the chance that things won't turn out, too. In Southern California, that's, yeah. Probably doesn't matter too much there when it comes to the weather. To be fair, it's been quite warm where I'm at, and then like today for the first time it's like it was in the 20s this morning. It was like almost 50 degrees on Christmas, and then finally today it's like, yeah, we're finally ready to be cold. Yeah. It's been crazy warm here. It's been mostly raining, honestly. We'll see if we get any snow at some point. Oh, okay, moving to the Great Lakes. That's a bit of a difference. That's a bit of a difference. Oh my gosh, it doesn't want to stay in the mold. That's got hair. You're in the UK and it's bloody cold. Fair. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't get crazy cold where I am. When I say 20, that's Fahrenheit, by the way, not Celsius. Freezing is, we're right around freezing here. Actually, I don't know if we are anymore, but this morning we were right around freezing. We were right around 0 Celsius. Oh. It keeps bringing out. You're going in a different one. This tinsel's driving me mad. Alright, I need a little bit more tinsel. No, I'm sure it'll get cold. I feel like it's the most wintry here in like January and February. It starts to warm back up again like early March. My birthday's kind of like mid to late March, and I feel like it's usually warm enough at that point where it's like you can go hang out outside, but it's still cold. You're gonna still want to be wearing a jacket and stuff. You just don't like the heat, probably why you're moving up north. In these 100-degree days, always fight. Oof. I mean, yeah. No, I get that. I used to love the summer and the heat as a kid because it gets fairly warm here too. We usually end up with about a week that's around 108 to 110 Fahrenheit. Usually just a week. We've had kind of crazy hot summers, I feel like, recently. But when I was a kid, I used to much prefer the heat to the cold. And I think part of it was just that, I liked summer vacation. but also I liked activities that was like swimming and, that sort of stuff where it's like there's things to do that when it's hot out. You can go swimming and stuff. Can't do that when it's super cold out. I can't go jump in the river when it's 10 degrees. Dry heat, that's true. Dry heat. Luckily we have dry heat here. No, I can't do humid heat. That'll make me go crazy. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It could be 100, 150 and be out there playing. Yeah, that was me as a kid. I think part of it is that I'm on a medication now that makes me dehydrate very easily. So it hits like 80 degrees here and I'm like nauseous, which is just not fun. Not enjoying that. Alright, we've got our red tinsel. Could maybe do more red tinsel, but it's okay. And we're going to do drops of white ink, and then we'll do resin with some shimmery bits. I think I'll do some glitter. Okay, I think we've got all of our stuff now. So I think we're ready to put our micas and stuff into our cups, so we can get those things out of the way. Let's grab a little bit of things. I'll grab a clean stick for this. I probably should look in that box before I just stick my hand in there with the number of spiders that like to live in my basement. Not that they're necessarily particularly dangerous spiders, they just freak me out. Okay, so, let me think about this for a second. So there's 1, 2, 3, 7, and we need about 30. So maybe about 5 milliliters, that'd be 35. So 5 milliliters of each, right? 5 times 7 is 35. So how much of this do I need to color 5 milliliters? Not very much, but we'll use a little bit more. I do want it to be opaque, I think. But I don't want it to be like so saturated that it makes it heavy. So that's plenty right there. Oh, that's plenty as well. I guess I'm blue now. But I'm kind of looking forward to it being a little bit cooler out. It'd be nice to get some snow. I do like the snow. Oh, hey, maybe you guys could help me come up with some the snow. I don't know why the snow made me think of this, but it reminded me that we were talking about taking time off in January. Oh my gosh, there's so much blue. I think I might have a condition. Probably get that checked out. What are some things I should do on my week off? Are there any like shows I should watch or games I should play or, you know, I don't know, sports I should pick up? I'm not the most sporty, but you know, what should I do on my what are some recommendations for things I should do on my week off from working? Smurfitis, yeah. Got a terrible case. Love the snow. Excited to be living in it after you retire? Yeah. To be fair, that's the time to enjoy it, right? Like, because I feel like, well, I guess maybe you have more of a chance of falling as you get older, but, like, I like snow from inside, looking out the window at it. It's like, as long as I don't have to, like, drive to work in it and stuff, it's great. We don't close for, snow days, though. Usually. Occasionally we have, if the roads were really bad, but we've had, you know, 2 feet of snow. And the PS5, for PS5, I think I do actually, yeah. There's a game called No Man's Sky. I have heard of No Man's Sky. Oh my goodness, my hands, my poor hands. I feel like I get mica powder everywhere. I don't usually get this covered in it. Ugh. It's fine. It's fine. All right, we've got our rainbow ones. And we're going to be pouring those into... We're going to be layering them into a little cup. All right, for... Here I'm going to want... No Man's Sky is fun. Alright. I suppose I'm not a big... Yeah, I enjoy video games, but, like, I don't usually seek them out. I don't play a lot of video games. I'm more of a backseat gamer than anything. Okay. Just a little bit of sparkle. Probably do about 5 of one and 25 of the other. 5 of the like the darker blue, and then 25 of the lighter blue, because I'm going to add just a little bit of dark blue, and then the rest is going to be the light blue, and it'll kind of get shoved around, because I'm going to add the dark blue first. It'll kind of get moved around by that lighter tone. For our candy canes, I'm going to add some glitter and some silver sparkle. I think we can add a fair amount of glitter, because, why not? Grab a extra stick. I do need to... That is something I was kind of thinking about when for the script that I'm writing for the dice based on the game that I've been playing. I need to figure out, I think, how to mention that I've been playing the game, but I've been kind of backseat playing the game. Like, it's very much a case of my brother and I have been playing it together, and he has the controller. Which, to be fair, is perfectly fine by me. I'm perfectly happy to backseat game. That's also how I went through Undertale, to be fair. He was actually controlling it, and I was making decisions. Because he had played it once already. Or twice. Okay, I think... Wait, why did I do that and that? I guess that'll work. Yeah. There's also all the classic games like Final Fantasy, EverQuest 2. Oh, EverQuest. Still play them off and on. Dude, I remember playing EverQuest, just the original EverQuest, which probably sounds somewhat crazy considering my age. But no, I grew up with my parents playing EverQuest, and then EverQuest 2. And then World of Warcraft. But I have fond memories of the original EverQuest game. Yeah, it is sometimes kind of funny to think about how much of, like, I've never been, I enjoy games, but I've never been a big gamer. It is kind of funny how the rest of my family are gamers. Let's see here. I think we're ready to, pour resin. Oh, actually, you know what I've forgotten to do? I've forgotten to clean out a mixing cup, so let's do that real quick. Because we're not going to have anything to mix our resin in until I do that. Got really into EverQuest 2. Yeah, I do remember, again, this was 20 years ago. When did EverQuest 2 come out? Probably like 20 years ago, right? Maybe a little bit less. Closer to 15 years ago, maybe? No, probably close to 20 years ago. I do remember, and again, this was 20 years ago when it came out, that you could have, like, your own house. And I had a great time playing The Sims, basically, in EverQuest 2. Just, like, decorating a house. That was my favorite part of, I think it was EverQuest 2, where you could get your own house and move your stuff around. I have always been that person, though, that enjoys the character creation screen and just making, like, weird little guys, or, you know, decorating houses. I am, yeah. Although I never actually, I don't know if I've ever played The Sims, amusingly. Actually, I'm sure I have. I've never owned The Sims, but I'm sure I've played it, like, with friends back in the day. Like, on their, house or whatever. Or hung out with them while they were playing it. But, yeah, I don't think I've ever owned a Sims game. Which is maybe, I probably could have sunk a good amount of time into that. Actually, you know, I say I wasn't a gamer, but you know what I did play a lot, especially on, like, road trips and things, and in the car, was I did have a DS, growing up. Break out of normal areas and decorate there, too. Yeah, I vaguely remember that. But I did have a DS growing up that I remember, taking on road trips and things. But my brother's always been much more of a gamer than I've been. I remember him playing, I think that also perhaps gives away your location. I mean, you said you were in the UK. Or I guess I just see BBC and assume, British Broadcasting or whatever. See, I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what that game is, or what that console is. That's, No, so I remember playing on my DS on like road trips. We also had a PS2 growing up, and I remember there was a few games that we played on that. There was like Gauntlet Dark Legacy was one. And I remember that partially just because I know my brother's been trying to see if he can find it off of the PS2 to be able to play it. Okay, I'm just, you know what? Instead of taking my sweater off, I'm gonna turn the space heater off. I'm getting warm now. We'll just unplug that. But yes, I remember the PS2 and the DS were probably the consoles that I remember, and obviously PC gaming with EverQuest and stuff are the ways I remember playing games growing up. I mean, and then you can go further back, and I grew up on like Freddy Fish and Putt Putt and Pajama Sam, which that probably gives my age away. So that when my parents bought the Pong game, you were the first. Yeah, I think that probably gives your age away more than me saying that I played Freddy Fish growing up. Okay. Now I think we're ready to mix up our medicine. How many microcomputers developed and manufactured by Acorn Computers in the early 1980s as part of the BBC's Computer Literacy Project? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've never heard of that. I guess it does sound like it's fairly UK based, so I'm sure that could be some of it. There's a bit of a difference in location. All right, so let's mix up some resin. If you are new here, I'm about to get very muffled because safety first. So I always check my respirator for spiders. There's never been one in there, but I just know that the one time that I don't check will be the time there will be a spider in there. So I am going to sound like this the rest of the stream. I'll try to speak clearly, but yes, this is what I will sound like. Alright, and we'll grab some gloves. Very British bit of now retro tech, yeah. That's fun though. That's fun. Oh. I feel like I know some like random British stuff just because I like watching like panel shows and things like that. All right, let me grab the resin. I am gonna also piece of resin there. I'm gonna go quiet here for a second while I pour resin because I cannot pour and also talk at the same time. So give me just a second to get all of my stuff measured out, and then I'll be right back. Let's see. You guys can chat amongst yourselves about retro games. What was your favorite game growing up? I'll tell you about Doctor Who in a second too. I haven't watched it in years, but I have stories about that. All right. Alright, there's that.
Okay. Trying to measure it accurately. Alright, there we go. 100 milliliters of that. Alright, I have returned. We can chat now while I stir. So let's see. Atari, after that, NES games, had all 3 Super Mario Brothers games. Still play them. Nice! I remember one of my favorite games on the PS2 growing up was we had a Looney Tunes racing game. And I don't know why. That one stands out to me as one that was really fun, but it does. Pong was cool, but didn't get to play it much, plus it was boring. Sure, yeah. It's a little... okay, so there's a video on the Elite game on YouTube. The game that couldn't be written. Interesting. Just a second here. It's annoyed me actually that I can't push my sleeves up. See if I can get this unbuttoned. With one hand, I don't know that I can. I don't know why I'm trying to put it in my mouth. That's not gonna work. Give me a moment. It's bothering me though. I want my forearms out. Forearms out for the lads. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, but that's one that stuck with me. I was gonna say though, yeah, Doctor Who. So I haven't watched it in quite a few years, but if you want to know the kind of geek I guess that I am, I was part of the Doctor Who club at uni. That was a club that, to be fair, a friend of mine started and that I was a part of. That was, I think, also, it was also at university where I watched, like, I was stressing out dead week, so that's the week right before finals. I watched so much QI to ignore studying for exams that my internal monologue had the voice of Stephen Fry. Anyways, yeah, that was me in uni. However many years ago. 10 years ago? More than 10 years? Ooh, more than 10 years ago. That's always weird to think about. Oh, Red Dwarf! Yeah, I have also seen Red Dwarf. I also grew up with Monty Python. A lot of Monty Python. Slightly different sort of thing, but... I also grew up on a lot of old American TV shows too, though. Like, I watched a lot of MASH growing up. We had like a MASH box set type thing. Watched that a lot. I also really liked The Nanny growing up. What other shows? I mean, some older shows like I Love Lucy and stuff too. Definitely watched those. I mean, some of those are just because my mom had them on DVD, or yeah, I think it was DVD at that point. So, watched all sorts of different things. Doctor Who is probably also the reason that I know how to tie a bow tie, which I do know how to do. And do still wear sometimes. I do like a good bow tie. How much are we making you cringe, to Monkey? Yeah. Yeah, I don't watch as much like TV, I guess, nowadays. I definitely watch more like YouTube videos and things. Would recommend. Oh, I'm literally watching through Taskmaster right now. I started at season 1. I'm literally watching that right now. I am in the middle of season 3 on my computer upstairs. I have the playlist is open right now. But to be fair, that's not new. I've watched some Taskmaster before, but I'm just like, I should just start at season 1 and go through these. It's, yeah, funny that you mentioned that. That's a good show. And it is all on YouTube. Yes, MASH was a fave, yeah. No, I really liked MASH growing up. Oh, the IT. I have also watched the IT Crowd. I do love Richard Ayoade. He's so funny to me. The IT Crowd is really funny because I used to work in IT, and the IT Crowd is honestly really funny because it is so accurate for both people that work in IT and people that don't work in IT, and it makes fun of both of them at the same time. It's like, yep, people who work in IT are like this, and yep, people who don't work in IT are like this, and they're both so stupid at the same time. Oh, like, yeah, that's accurate. No, yes. Your father watched MASH. He wasn't a fan back then because he would watch it when you had to watch cartoons fair, yeah. I also would not be a fan, probably. But enjoy it now? Or is it still a sore memory, Sheldon? Yeah, I grew up, we had 6 channels growing up. I think pretty much all of the stuff I watched was on PBS, when it came to, like, kids shows and things. But we did have a large collection of, like, VHS tapes and DVDs. Yeah, so we'd watch stuff in that way. So that's how we did MASH and stuff. Also hated Star Trek then too for the same reason. We watch it all now though. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, my dad liked Star Trek. I don't know that I've ever gotten super into Star Trek. Definitely watched the Star Wars movies more than any Star Trek stuff. I feel like I would enjoy Star Trek if I actually watched it. I just haven't. Is it original series or is it a different series of Star Trek? Or which one's your favorite? I think we're looking pretty good here. I'm not seeing too many streaks of various colors. Let me scrape this off and scrape the sides and bottom one more time just to make sure that we don't have like a big glob of something somewhere. Let's see, so that's looking pretty good. You gave up Doctor Who after Matt Smith, if you remember correctly. Very, very rarely watch TV now, mainly YouTube or streaming. Yeah, that's... See, I don't even watch a lot of... Yeah, I mostly just watch YouTube at this point. Yeah, I think that's about the same time I gave up on Doctor Who, too. But also, I left uni at that point, I think. Because was it Capaldi after Matt Smith? I think it was Peter Capaldi after Matt Smith. Or am I missing someone? Toss between the Next Generation and Voyager. Did like the Next Generation based Picard. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, I think we're good. I'm not seeing any streaks things. Alright, so we're gonna divvy these up. We need about 30 of this one, which is gonna be most of this. I probably should have put this in a bigger cup, but it's fine. We can mix it up. It'll be all good. It'll be fine. Alright. Nice full cup of that. And then, like I was saying, we're going to do about 5 milliliters of this. And then about 25 of the other. Alright. And then I want about 5, I think, of each color over here. And then you pull them out and we can get ourselves mixed up. Trying to find there's the 5s. I find it interesting that, whenever they say, like, 5 cc's or whatever in, like, medical things, according to my medicine cups here, a cc is the same as a milliliter, so I don't know why they don't just say milliliter. Does anybody know why they say cc's and not milliliters? Because they're marked on my medicine cups as being the same thing. There's my line. There's my line. Oh, yeah, I think I stopped watching somewhere in the middle of Capaldi, which I do like. I do like him as an actor, but I don't know, I just didn't speak to me for some reason. Might have to go back and watch some Doctor Who though at some point. Alright, we're cutting it pretty close on the resin. Ooh. It's kind of nice, just making some dice and not having to film it. I guess I don't have to film anything, but, it's very chill not having to try and figure out, I mean, obviously, you guys are watching, but I don't have to try and figure out camera angles and things. It's nice just working on a project. I feel like that is something, like, I don't know, don't necessarily think about, is the amount of, like, work that has to go in just to be able to, like, film something. Depends on what it is. Some things are easier than others. Just an extra thing to think about. Alright, probably should have left some in there, but let's mix some things up. Let's get our colors mixed up. We're probably going to pour this one last, because I think I want the colors to be fairly, or the resin to be fairly thick, because I do want the colors to stay somewhat separate. I also still need to pull out the the molds, which I have them sitting here. I just haven't opened them up yet, but we'll leave them out of the way for now so that they're not where I'm trying to pour everything else. I think probably we want to start with our oceany ones, just because they have the shells there, so we want, and all the moss. We want air bubbles to be able to escape, so we want the resin to be as thin as possible. And to give us more time to add more resin later if we need to. But I'm just having fun mixing up colors at the moment. I think cc versus milliliter is a historic convenience thing. Cc is more common in medical and engine volumes. Yeah, that's where I've seen it, is medical stuff. I like. It's just it's interesting to me that it's just a different name. Actually, I wonder what the CC stand. I'm assuming CC stands for something, and I don't actually know what, but I would assume that it's some sort of like an acronym. Is that the word? Acronym? Yeah. For something else. Okay, I'm gonna do 1 drop of blue in there. And then I'm probably going to just steal a little bit of it. We're going to mix that up, and then I'm going to steal just a little bit of it to go in here to make it a nice lighter blue. So we're going to put just like a little bit of this in the bottom of each one. Cubic centimeter. Oh! Which I guess... Oh, weird. Okay. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Weird way to write that, honestly. Okay. I'm going to grab just a little bit of this. Put it in here. Actually, you know what? Let's add a little bit more resin over here. And maybe another drop of the blue, but we'll see. Because I think I want this to be a little bit more blue. I want it to be recognizable that it's blue. And I want this to be fairly dark, I think, so that we actually get some interesting color in there. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of this blue. Oh, there we go. I think that's looking pretty good. It's got a very light blue tone tint. Just trying to get shimmer off the... Yep, there's a little bit of a blue shimmer as well. That'll be nice. Alright, so we're going to add just a little bit of the dark blue to each one of these. Just a little bit. I'm going to give that a chance to then go down to the bottom of the mold to sink. Alright, let me let it sink in, so we'll add a little bit more. I'm not trying to be neat with this at all. I just want, because it's going to kind of get pushed around by the other resin anyways. I'm not too worried about it being super clean and neat. I think I'll add some extra in here because I didn't put a shell in here. I have a pearl. Okay, we'll leave a little bit of extra and then we'll use it for something else. Alright. Let's see if we can do this. All this cat hair everywhere. So I'm going to fill these up all the way. And then we'll see. They might need a little bit more resin later. Just because some air might make its way towards the surface, especially with all that moss and stuff in there. So it might take a minute for things to fill in. I will say one of the downsides of all the cold weather. Ooh, yes, it looks very light now, but that's okay. One of the downsides of the cold weather is that my resin takes longer to cure. Because you know this stuff usually cures in about 24 hours, but I gotta wait just a little bit of extra time in the winter because it is not quite the same. Alright. So we're going to set this off to the side for now, while those air bubbles and stuff come towards the surface. Spit them down with a little bit of rubbing alcohol to try and help pop some of those bubbles. Alright, while those are going, let's do our candy cane dice. I've got our tinsel in there. I'm gonna mix up, this is just clear resin with some glitter and a little bit of mica to make it sparkly. Ooh, I think that's pretty actually. I'll show you, it looks nice and snowy, I like it. We've got like a silver shimmer and then also added kind of like a green iridescent sort of sparkle to it. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, there you go. You can see a little bit of a shine there. We're going to add just a little bit of this to each mold. And then we're going to add a drop of white ink. And then we're going to add the rest of it. And that'll kind of make the white do all sorts of fun things up around the sides, hopefully. Oops, let me not add too much. I just want to add a little bit. I did probably too much to one of those D10s, but I kind of want just enough to coat the bottom of the mold so that the ink doesn't get all weird there. A little bit more here. Give it a second to go down to the D2. Alright, I've got my white alcohol ink. I'm going to do a reverse Petri. That was maybe more ink than I meant to add, but that's okay. I'm going to pour from a little bit of a distance, because I want all that white ink to get displaced. And move around a bit in there. Get shoved up to the top and things. We'll see how candy cane-ish it is. I will, you know what? I will post, if not a short of unmolding these, I will post photos of how these turn out, both on the community tab on my channel and in my Discord, probably. Maybe in my Discord. I don't know if I want the person that they're for to see them, and they are one of my mods, so, you know, I guess they could see them on YouTube, but it's less likely. I guess I don't have to say that they're the ones that are for him, but, you know, he knows he's getting dice. Oh, you know what kind of British, I guess it's media, sort of, that I was thinking recently I should look up, because I realized I don't know anything about it, because it is very much not a US thing, and that is pantomimes. I saw like reference to it somewhere, and I was just like, what is this? Because that's very much not a thing that, I mean, we do theater and stuff here. But I was like, I kind of get that it's like a type of theatrical show that has like culturally known call and responses. I guess one of the things I was thinking about is I was then thinking about basically like things that have call and responses that like you have to be part of a certain sort of like not culture, but that you have to be kind of in the know to do. And then I was starting to think about Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was like, I wonder how similar in the like sense that there's standard call and response things that you kind of have to know going in, type thing. But all right, some of those seem to have ended up with more ink than others. I'm gonna add just a drop of ink to the top there, and here, and we'll see if it sinks down. All right, I think those are pretty much good to go. Those have got enough resin to them. Oop, there's a piece of tinsel sticking out though. Let me shove that back in. No, not the end. Oh, you know what it is? I think I was, I remember what it was that I was like, was curious about what pantomimes were. It's because I watched Peter Pan Goes Wrong. Again, I've watched it before. It's an interesting journey. That's kind of the vibe I was getting from it. It sounds like it's a very culturally specific thing, which sounds weird. But no, I was watching I think it's still on YouTube. I was watching Peter Pan Goes Wrong. And it's kind of mentioned that it's a pantomime. I guess to be fair, Peter Pan itself is kind of a pantomime, right? And that to a certain extent, like it has actual like audience interaction, I guess. Even the productions in the U.S. there's usually audience interaction, I think. All right. RHPS. What is RHPS? I don't know what that means. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do purple. I'm gonna layer. Oh, that's not the thing I wanted. This is the thing I wanted. We're gonna do layers of colors, going from purple up to red in color order, and then we're gonna try pouring them. So, Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah. I forgot that I had mentioned it earlier. Yeah. I wasn't necessarily suggesting that it was pantomime, but I was just kind of equating the idea of like knowing the call and response, like the in-group knowing the call and responses. Blue. I'm going to kind of pour it along the side, I think. Because we're going to kind of like pour, I think, from the same side. And I think that'll kind of line things up how I want them, possibly. We will find out. We will find out. Because I want kind of layers kind of slowly melding into each other. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. This is a bit of an experiment, but it is one that I've wanted to do for a while, as mentioned. So we'll see how it goes. I did go to see Rocky Horror Picture Show in a theater once, and that was fun. It was a fun experience. I feel like that's a movie where it only makes sense. More of a family vibe. Yeah, well, yes, it's definitely adult. It definitely makes sense to watch it in a group setting. It would be weird to watch alone. Yeah. Perhaps it's like how there's always the Nutcracker here every Christmas type thing. It's more of a family tradition type event. Not Rocky Horror Picture Show. Here's a question for you. Is the general, like, sort of plot the same in every pantomime, or is it... Cause I know there's kind of, like... You've never seen Rocky Horror Picture Show? That's fair. If you do watch it, I'd say go to, like, a theater or something where they're showing it. It's very much a, it's a cult classic. I mean, it's cult classic for a reason, because it's weird. It is really freaking weird. But, I think most of the allure of it is that there are, if you watch it with a group of people in a theater, it's kind of has, like, audience participation to it. Like, people will bring props and things for it. People go to heckle and also to, like, have bits almost. There's kind of, like, I think, agreed upon heckles, but also people will just come and like, heckle the show, and that's part of the joy of watching it. It's kind of like watching a bad movie with friends, I feel like. Extreme audience participation, yes. Your cousin and her friends went to take, what's he taking next time you're in the Cleveland area? It'd be fun. It'd be really fun. It's, like I said, I went once, with a guy I knew and some of his friends, and it was fun. It was definitely kind of a unique experience, but it was definitely, I think it's a good idea to do it once, at the very least. If you have a great time, you can go back next year or whatever, but, no, I say do it. I think it's more about the atmosphere that it creates than the actual piece of media itself. Like I said, it's like watching, not that it's a bad movie, but it's like watching a bad movie with friends where you're all sitting around and heckling it and making jokes and stuff. Ooh, this is looking pretty so far. All right, let's see how well this works though. Your anniversary special on YouTube. Oh, like watching yeah. I don't think that watching Rocky Horror Picture Show on your own will give you an idea of what it's like to watch it in the theater, but we're watching like yeah, I can see that being that working out. All right, let's see how well this works. Woo. Yeah. I'll give you an idea of whether you'll enjoy it or not. Seeing in a cinema invokes audience participation, but not the same extent as a live stage show. Oh yeah, that's true. There is. I've never seen like the stage show version. I do think that would be fun though. I want to get back into theater. I think I want to get back into theater. I'm not sure if I want to get back into theater or if I just miss working on like artistic projects with people. That was kind of the realization I had recently. Alright, I'm going to try to pour starting with the red, and we're going to move from die to die down the line. I'm going to put these all the way across. So we're just going to keep moving, hopefully, and see if we can get kind of like a slow fade from one color into the next. This might be working, actually, to a certain extent. I need to pour slower, though, I think. I'm definitely getting some of the orange still, even down at this lower end, but it's kind of cool looking. I think I'm okay with it. Ooh, yeah, I think I'm okay with this. I still got some of the, yeah, that's cool. Okay, here, I might have to move you. But I think this might end up being really cool, guys. This might end up being really cool. Yeah, I think that might be cool. I maybe should have added a little bit more resin to a couple of these, but I think we'll be okay. A bit more in here. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I'm excited for how these are going to turn out. I hope these turn out good. I still have a fair amount in there. Let's do a keychain. This might be the set that I end up sending my friend. Let's do because I still got some resin in here. Let's do a keychain as well. Because that would be cool. Yeah. Yeah. Live stage audiences are usually cray. Oh yeah, I want to do that though. That'd be fun. I miss going to the theater. I miss doing theater. I think I mentioned last live stream that I've been debating looking into like some local like theater class, with some classes at the local community college. Just because I kind of miss doing theater stuff. In all my spare time. Okay, so we've got a little bit. I'm out of stuff in my spray bottle. But I think let's use up the last little bit of resin that we have. I do have a little skull mold here, which I don't know if I have enough resin here to fill it, but that's just pretty looking. Let's try and fill it at the very least. I did, okay, recommended live version includes Stephen Fry and the show's creator Richard O'Brien. Okay, for a show live from London's West End. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, I think that'd be really fun to see a theater performance of. Alright. So we are about to, we're going to get the lids on and then we'll wrap things up. Let's see, I think what the plan is, by the way, for streams, or for next week, is I'm going to decide which set of dice I want to send to my friend, and next Sunday on live stream we will sand them. So we'll see how they turn out, and then sand whichever set I decide to send over to my friend. Let me grab more stuff. I know a lot of people will use torches and stuff to pop the bubbles. I use that. I guess let's just throw some blue in here, I guess, because that's what I've got left. I suppose I could make a little ocean keychain. Let's see here. Where's my... Oh. just going to throw a random shell in here and add things. Yeah, that's, I think it's mostly just kind of to break the surface tension, although sometimes it feels like it works better than other times. If the resin's thinner, maybe it works a little bit better. But yeah, just kind of to break the surface tension. Yeah, I have high hopes for all of these, honestly. Good ideas from people on doing actual Christmas dice. I know we didn't do the red and green. Oopsies! That's resin going everywhere. I know we didn't do the red and green mica drop. Might have to do that at some point. Because I do think that that'd be really pretty. But that might end up being a next Christmas thing. We'll see. Oh. I want to start, this is completely, I think, the next Christmas. I'm thinking about the future of my YouTube channel and things now, but I wanted to start doing more like behind the scenes things for some of my videos. But the problem that I have is I have 3 videos that I want to do that I know could have behind the scenes footage. And then that's all of the ones that I have. I guess, to be fair, 3 is plenty for now. I'll run into things later, but I'd need to come up with more ideas for things that would have behind the scenes footage from there if I want to continue doing it. I do have a video that I have done and is ready to release when certain conditions are met. It sounds like it's a hostage situation. It kind of is. But I was working on a behind the scenes video for it. I don't know if it's going to be any good. I think I need to cut out more stuff. I think it's a little bit boring at the moment. But I want to do that for like members and patrons, because I know that's the stuff that always I enjoy behind the scenes things. I like knowing how stuff works. So those are always the things that make me go, ooh, it'd be fun to go see how they did this and what their thought process was and going into this. Alright. Just trying to use up some of this extra resin. Got a couple of those. They did some of that. Yeah. You guys didn't know that you were hostages in the situation? Do you guys? I mean, I guess I can tell you. I can tell you what's the words? What's the word? My demands. I can tell you my demands for the hostage situation to be over and the video to be posted. When I hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, I have a video made for it. I'm very close. I'm like 45 subscribers away to 5,000, I think. I looked earlier today. I'm trying to keep an eye on it because I do want to post it when I hit, like, as close as possible to when I hit 5,000 subscribers. So I'm trying to keep an eye on it at the moment, since I have that done and ready to go. But I'm also working on a little bit of a behind the scenes for that video. I just need to like film a little bit more and maybe cut out a little bit from the behind the scenes stuff. Because I'm like, I don't know if this is interesting at all. This is, yeah. Do you guys want to see, At the moment, I haven't cut any of it out. It's a very short video. The actual, hopefully it'll go quick. Yeah, I think it'll be maybe a month, I guess, maybe about a month. Just based on the trend of how things are going. But at the moment I have like all the behind the scenes footage that I filmed just in my video, my editing software timeline, and that's just sparkly resin. What's this one? I did this guy. At the moment, one of the clips I have is literally just me reading the script for the video, just so you can basically, because then you can see how much I talk with my hands while I'm recording voiceover, and also how many times I have to say the same section over and over again because I flub what I'm saying. But it is a case of I don't know if I want to keep the whole thing or if it'd be boring. But it is kind of funny watching it back and realizing just how much I talk with my hands while I'm recording voiceover that no one can see me do. It helps the process, okay? It helps the process. Alright, let's get some lids on here. We'll put them onto my little tray here. I think we can start putting some lids on. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's do these since they're in front. We can get them out of the way. You're new here, so it's already behind the scenes for you. That's fair. Yeah, I feel like the streams, my live streams are kind of behind the scenes almost, since it's a lot more casual, and I'm much more likely to give you guys behind the scenes information about what I'm working on. If you want to know what my plans are for the channel, whether they come to be or not, my live streams are the place to see that stuff. Let's stack some of this. Alright, there's those. Ooh, I've got far too much resin there, but that's okay. We're just going to set it in there anyways. Prop it up with a skull. Okay, I did that so that I had a little bit more space to bring things forward now. Alright, let's spritz these down one last time because there's... Ooh, I am just realizing that I should have left some of the clear. Oh, I did leave some of the clear. Excellent. So I need a little bit more for the D20. There's not quite enough there. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's a random piece of something. Alright, I think there's enough on the rest of these. We'll pop some bubbles. Alright. Get the cat. There's always cat hair. That's really the real behind the scenes, is that there's always cat hair in everything that I do. That's not new though. That's been going on for years. Oh dear. Things are starting to get a little bit sticky. Getting close to the end of the work time. Okay. I'm glad that you could come join us though. Cat hair just adds extra luxudize. You know, sure, that is definitely why there's, yes, that's what I'm going with, yeah. That sounds legit. Alright. Okay, there's those. Got all of our little guys in the middle there. Alright. these all. I'm gonna get the lids on these, and then I'm probably gonna disappear. I'm gonna end stream because I need to go put air into the air compressor, and it is not quiet. But yes, I should be back next weekend. We're gonna be sanding some dice, whichever set here. Peek into your crafting future. Oh boy, you sure are. There's your behind the scenes for today. Is cat hair everywhere. Yes, I should be back next weekend. The plan, I think, is to sand some dice, whichever set I decide I want to sand. Probably one of these sets. We'll see. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. Streaming is always more fun when there's people here to chat and talk about stuff with. I'm glad we could have a nice time chatting about video games and stuff. Market your dice that way with cat hair for extra luck. I have often said that my dice come with free cat hair in every package. So, not far off from my current branding. Okay, I think that is everything. Hopefully I will see you guys next weekend. I do have a couple of videos that I'm working on. They'll hopefully be on their way soon. So you can keep an eye out for those. But until then, have a good rest of your week. I'll see you guys later. Bye!